Hello again. I'm the sound you don't quite hear that nevertheless wakes you up in the middle of the night. Let's keep playing the Void. As I load the game, you'll notice that the game makes a separate autosave for every cycle that elapses. This is a very strong indicator that you're supposed to have to retry various bits, often dredging up quite a significant amount of gameplay. I don't want to say how many times it saved me from screwing everything over completely. Last time we met the first brother, Mantid. Not met exactly, he appeared out of a giant vaulted chamber that wasn't in the reservation last time I checked. And he's on the move towards Sister Death, so let's head him off. The first three occur in quite rapid succession. I'm not sure how intended this was. I believe in the Russian version they were slightly more spaced out, but it does create a very strong sense of urgency. But if we're all being honest here, one of these guys by himself is enough to create that sort of feeling. In strides brother Whaler, so called because you could sling a whale across his head spike and the two swords he's holding in each hand. His face is on his back, so he doesn't even have to smell the monstrous acts he's undertaking. And they're starting to congregate towards the Sister's chamber. They'll pass straight over it though, and they won't interact at all with me, so not to worry, for now. I'm heading up to Uta, and you'll find out why in a moment. Montgolfier, or Montgolfier, I'm not sure which. In the Russian version he had a lovely shock of hair, but here he's just a big windbag with pipes coming out of his chest. He's actually one of the nicer ones. Thankfully that's all that are coming in right now, and if you don't mind, I am not going to speak unless I'm spoken to. Uta desires emerald and silver. I haven't come across any silver yet, so I'll have to stick with emerald, which could mean that this takes twice as long as Sister Death's did, except I'm only focusing on opening the first heart right now, since I merely want access to her chambers. I can move ahead when the time is right. I waited until Mantid started going down here. That's a chamber that I won't be visiting, because it's essentially his home. All I can do there is wander up and stare at him with a bit of abject terror. I can't say I feel too much like doing that. Sister Death told me not to visit the Elder Sister's chambers, and that includes Uta, although if you saw the bonus video, after I cleared out all the predators in her realm and learned how to fight, she allowed me to go off into the world, to move freely just as the brothers do.
Reveal a sister's first heart and she'll grant you access to her chambers. Reveal the second one and she'll let you pass to the next sister. But don't try to reveal a third heart. The brothers will never forgive you for this.
The brothers are dangerous and can sense change, and now I know that they don't like other people messing around with their sisters. But regardless of whether I came here with the sister's warnings or blessings, I'm free to do as I please. She is unsubtly averting her gaze from the cozy confines of her silver hammock. Her cave is little respite from the slow-falling droplets leaking through. Considering how Sister Death always tentatively watched as we approached, so far she appears far colder than that veritable wallflower tree dweller. Cold and probably lonely, her gaze is lost in the returned gaze of the moon. She's a loon who's been swooned by the tune of the moon all too soon. Welp, it's time to get my trust on and pelt it with emerald. I don't have much, but I should spend what I can so I can rebuild up my stocks. And then I'll have little choice but to focus on emerald and azure, so it'll all turn out alright in the end. There's no point going to the other sister that I just opened anytime soon. She requires colours that I haven't yet found. Amber and violet.
Whose spirit are you? You must be lost. Death is below in the nightmare where you'll decompose atom by atom. Even eternal souls die if they have no color. At first they simply leave, then dissolve in the cold. You're on your way. Still, you're quite lucky your soul lingered here, and we are too, even though you're someone else's soul. But but your luck won't last. There's only hunger, slumber, and waiting for the end to come. Our void lost its soul too. Now we call it the sleeper. A lost soul can only survive 2 months, 24 days, and 24 hours before it dies forever. You can stay here, but what's the use? Color is gone. Still, I've heard the other sisters talking recently, but why am I telling you this? You're dead anyway, aren't you? Or can you give me a taste of the emerald or silver I love? Do you know how to do that?
Unsurprisingly unabashed, her calculating glare and manipulative words have pierced straight to the heart of the matter. She needs to be fed with colour, and I'm in a position to feed her. I wonder where she got such a specific figure for how long souls linger in the void. 2 months, 24 days, and 24 hours. Where did that come from? I can't convert it into cycles, so it's of no use to me anyway. How quick I am to undermine the foundational features of my previous existence.
What are you looking at, Spirit? Your master ceased to live, so you had to die. It was chance that you stumbled into the void, into the body of some other poor fool dying alive. Does the one who lost you want you back? What do you think? Do you wonder if he's trying to get his soul, you, back right now? Well, don't. He doesn't care about you. Nobody cares about anything anymore, and no one knows why nobody cares.
If she hadn't have said that last part, I may have had to call shenanigans. Apparently the person who lost me from another void, if I'm from another void, doesn't care about me. But if he doesn't care about me, then why would the people here care about me? I have already heard that my being here is fortuitous not only for me, but for them. My best guess is that by inhabiting the body of someone who's dying, I've displaced something here, bringing hope where there wasn't any before, or crashing down some great opportunity that needs to be regained by tutoring and otherwise preparing me. I'll definitely need to talk to more people, since so far it's extremely hard to interpret the difference between genuine faith and thinly veiled hostility. Out here there is a strong man-made influence, much more than Sister Death's flattened greenhouse, and ancient bones, although these shipwrecks are long since, well, wrecked. I'll never be able to explain this moon, though. At least I can be certain about the origin of the silver and emerald that permeate the place. Rocks like tooth edges. Okay, let's snap ourselves out of this somber situation. The next cycle is about to swing round, and all I've got going for me is this gold in my garden over here. So I may as well head back. My gold is draining away, but I'll have some more by the time I need the trust. I really have to make sure that I swap it out every time I leave a sister's chamber, because I won't always have a backup supply. I'll let it go for now. My Nerva vial is almost filled up. Then I can switch to my beloved Azure. Ah, seems the man wants to speak to me. Okay, not just speak to me, he wants to run straight up and get a little bit too personal. Sometimes they'll do that, sometimes they'll speak from their chambers. This gives it slightly more impact.
I speak for all brothers, young one. Listen carefully and heed our words.